So, the big 3-0. Here we are. I thought about gussying up and wearing something aside from my work scrub for my summer job. Somehow this feels right, though. We have reached the end of the road here. When I was 25, I was in an inn, actually. I was in an inn. Really small bedroom. And it was around COVID. And I remember I was just struggling to do anything with this platform. I desperately wanted, some form of attention. I think I was more or less attention deprived. I didn't really have any friends that I hung out with. For the most part, I was very alone. And so I tried channeling that into YouTube creation to sort of get a response or some sort of interaction from that, build a community, something like that. But it was very focused on being the center of attention, so to speak. I was kind of pretentious like that. And then I met my fiance. And suddenly YouTube didn't have the appeal it did anymore. But I still remember that in that room, I promised myself at 25 that if I reached 30 and nothing came of YouTube, that I would quit. I would give up. And I made that promise with the full intention behind it being I didn't want to let other people down, and I wanted to be an example that if you tried enough, if you put in enough work, then you could succeed, that anyone could succeed. And it's a message that I'd heard all my life. If you just put in the work, you'll succeed. And especially as someone who, was bullied, for lack of a better term, I wanted to make something of myself to prove everyone wrong. And it is the most funniest thing to me that 5 years later, I met the love of my life, who basically completely took the focus off of YouTube. I was getting the attention that I needed in a much healthier way. I've since learned that I don't need to prove anything to anyone. And by the way, that whole if you try hard enough you'll make it thing is a bullshit lie. Do not believe that. I'm not saying don't go for YouTube if that is something you really want to do. But I think as I close out this chapter in my life, and I say hello to my 30s and trying to be more adulty now that, I'm saying goodbye to my youth. I think what I want to leave behind is this. Don't let your passions consume you. If you're passionate about something, absolutely go for it. But there's a point. There's a point that I think that you need to move on and pursue something that will maybe be of more value to you. And this isn't to say that I'm going off of YouTube forever. I'm still helping Static in the background. And that's going to be more or less the extent. It's going to be helping Static and Occasionally I would like to do some music. I don't necessarily see that as doing YouTube. I just see YouTube as the medium that I would post that to. But I would love to do some music. But yeah. Aside from helping out Static and occasionally my own little diddle-dee-dee, I'm done. I'm done trying to make it on this channel. I'm done trying to make YouTube work on some sort of whim when, if I'm being completely honest with myself, I've completed pretty much every childhood dream that I set out to do. And I mean that, like, I would ride the bus. I would be like, whoa, all these switches and stuff are cool. I want to be a bus driver one day. Currently a bus driver, hopefully on my last year. I would look at the people bagging the groceries. As stupid as this sounded, like, oh, I want to push the button and bag the groceries. And I ended up being a cashier, so I did end up bagging groceries. I wanted to be a mechanic. I was for a while, and I'd love to get back into that. I wanted to be an actor and whatnot, and YouTube absolutely gave me that chance. I mean, it's one of those, I didn't really make anything of it. It's one of those, I don't want to say that my youth was wasted. I did everything that I set out to do except for two things. One of those was get famous, and I don't need that anymore. I would absolutely love to do something creative and make some sort of income off of it, but that's no longer something I need. And the other one is start a family. And when I was in that room at 25, I realized that for me, because of who I am, because of where I was at, the two just were not compatible. And I applaud Static for him making it compatible. Like, the people that I look up to astound me with what they're able to do. And that is why, if I was to use a birthday wish, it would be for someone to succeed where I failed. And I think we all know who I'm talking about there. But yeah, as far as this channel goes, I'm done. I am freeing myself, and the things that I planned, I am setting free, with the exception of making a game, by the way. That's another thing that I don't count that as YouTube. I still want to make the game. That's still, I'm not doing a whole bunch of devlogs on it. I completely don't even have an update for that, because right now I'm thinking of switching over engines, and I'm gonna need a much stronger graphics card if I'm gonna do that. But hey, good news, if I'm not doing YouTube, then a whole lot of time freed up for that. But yeah, that's what I want to focus on. I want to focus on starting a family, making sure I can take care of said family. That's what I want to do with my life. I want to have kids and give them the best childhood that I can. And with that, I think we're done here. For those of you who stuck around, thank you for sticking with me. And hope to see you around in the future, as sparse as that may be. So, I guess for the final time, chillatahz.